I can't believe how long I streamed on Sunday. That was excessive. I probably would have solved the last puzzle on the spot if in a shorter stream and I was fresher. I solved it quite soon after the buzzing stream. At least I'm pretty sure I've solved it. You may notice that I've moved some things around in my notes. Here's why. Notice that the way that the protagonist at least drew these they were called I'm going to get to this, but Pedro called them symbols at first, but refers to them as poems in his journal. Anyway, the key words for the ages. Notice that they're drawn like they are part of a diamond with two glyphs missing from each. Now, I'm not entirely sure that it was reasonable for the protagonist to know to draw them this way. That's a bit of a plot hole, but in any case, that was clearly a clue. And if you notice, each of them has two of the glyphs from Atris's journal, from the set of 4 from Atris's journal. This one has nature and courage. This one is what's this one? Change and force. And this one is future and motion. So, if we assume that each one of these was actually originally, before Pedro modified them, which he did say that he based poems, we could rearrange them, so let's do so. Have and to move that one as 2 parts. Nature and encourage. Now, if we take a look at this one, we see that it's the last 2, and the third keyword is at the bottom, 4th keyword is at the left, so it's clockwise. So no, I'm not very good at using this program. No. No, I want to select both of these, thank you. Let's just do that with all of these. I also slightly redrew symbols offline from looking at my recording. Weren't quite accurate. I want to get that little bit there. You. Still not sure about the bottom right one, of course, because that seemed to be using. I used keywords that were not present, so I assumed that they were vaguely synonymous ones. Anyway, I think that answers exactly what we're meant to input here. So let's try this again. So that's wrong. Let's just remove that. I think there's a near 100% chance that this will just work. Did that? I think so. May require a little fiddling because of the exact interpretation of the shapes. We'll see. That one was all right. Must not be quite right. Let's see. I assume that it doesn't matter which one of these goes into. That looks right to me. Nature and kindness. I was quite sure that I had solved this. Just double check that I haven't. Let's just try some more of them anyway. I was very competent. Apparently, possibly misplaced. I've got this one. Change. Oh, have I already got this? Really? Okay, I was very confident that this was the solution and I would have a very short stream. Perhaps I was wrong about that. What's this again? Oh wait a minute, that's wrong. And okay, apparently there's more to this, or I've got some of my notes wrong. Let's check again. that definitely looks like my notes. Okay, let's recheck the symbols. Well, no, wait a minute. First, let's back to the puzzle. Pair with the partial one. Okay, that's not right. Did I? Okay, I must have done something. I think I must have rearranged these incorrectly. Let's have a look at this. Must have messed up when I was moving them around just now. Energy. Wow, that's correct. Future, where's future? Ah, got those swapped. I probably swapped them in all of them. I probably swapped the last two clips in all of these. Who? Okay, learned my lesson, so let's actually check this time. Change. Check it. That's time now. Yeah, sorry, right. Dynamic forces, some forces here, that's correct. Spur is right. Spur and it change. Okay, that one's correct. Nature, well, yeah, nature is obvious, and courage I remember. Mutual. Yeah, that's correct. So the last one will correct. And I decided balance was most likely harmony. Systems most likely machine. Simulate I put spur. Civilization is okay. Okay, those all should be correct now. Let's try that again. Just swap the bottom and left places. Not very easy to actually click on the ones you want here. Aha! Okay, right. Let's just do that for all of them. Apparently, Apparently that one's still not right. Come back to that one. Okay, so I've made some kind of mistake here. That's not it. Wait a minute, that's wrong. Okay. Well, I have another puzzle that I can solve, that I can try to do over here. I think this would be a good time to save though, because there's probably a bad ending. It was very strongly suggested bad ending by the dialogue. But actually, the fact that that takes down the shield is interesting. I think there's a significant plot hole, possibly multiple plot holes here. Vader said that he had failed to take down the shield over the course of many years. And here's the thing. He find a relevant entry in his journal. Okay, here we are. It talks about damaging the poems. First off, he clearly understands what they are. I mean, he should. He's got the reference for the glyphs right here. He should understand what the original, but as he put it, symbols were that he modified. We'll just call them the keywords for now. So it looks like he erased 2 keywords from each. But that means that he has seen the full solution to this, and in 20 years, I think he said 20 years, he has never thought, oh, that's probably what you put in to open the shield. That is ridiculous. Also, it makes a nonsense of Atrus's journal. Unless the intent was to portray him as senile, because why he calls himself forgetful in the journal? He apparently used these sets of keywords more than once for different ages. I believe they suggested that he used them for some of the ages in the first game too. I mentioned Channelwood. I think that's the. I think that would be the age with all the trees. bridges between them in the first game. I'm vague memories. It's been a long time. I think he suggested that that's the same set of keywords he used for Adana. And removing glyphs from the key, removing two of the keywords doesn't make a lot of sense when the person who was originally meant to be solving these puzzles was Atris. There's all kinds of nonsense going on here. None of this is good writing. Anyway, I've just saved. Let's see what's out there when I get my bearings again. Well, over here. Or is that the shield over there? Don't think so. It's kind of weird though out here. Can't seem to open this from the other side. Can't go anywhere in here. Yet. Not yet anyway. Mana. So, that seems like an obvious bad end. We'll do that in a minute. Oh, okay, it's not going to be synonyms, is it? We were just meant to come down here and get the missing glyphs. Okay. Okay, fine. Where's balance then? Oh, there it is, right there. What was it again? Balance. Oh, yeah, I'm looking directly at it. Let's get the out of the way. Okay, I think I see how that's constructed. Close enough. I know how that's going to be made. Actual puzzle. Balance systems. Okay, there's going to be system because not machine as I substituted. There we go. That's entirely made out of smaller circles. No, larger. Draw it larger than that. Wait a minute, I can draw this as one line actually. Yes, like that. Okay. Systems. Stimulate, not spur. Yep, there we are. Bad angle. Yeah. Oh. That's pretty good, and civilization is correct.
By the Maker! You've returned! Atris, come quick! The fire burnt the linking book you used. We had no way of following and thought.
You've returned. But where's Relisha?
Whoever could have seen that come. Okay, let's grab the linking book, because apparently we can do that, and let's enter the solution that we worked out. I say worked out, there wasn't really anything to solve. Turn this around. Did the door just close? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so that one's the shield. Okay, that makes a bit more sense that Pedro didn't know about the keywords.
Oh my god. They're alive? How did you... The Force symbol. Gives me hope, to destroy me with it. You see, I still have something that he wants. Something that he sent you to bring back for him. Release him. Drop the outer barrier when I'm out by the gondola. Switch the shield so the outer barrier is open. And in return, I'll give up Release. Do it.
Yeah, about that. I think I'm gonna save.
What are you doing? Go back inside and drop the outer barrier. Do it. I swear I will drop this into oblivion. What are you waiting for?
Waiting to
Drop
see if you'll do
the
it.
outer shield, or I swear I will let go of this book.
Yes, apparently. Can we check out the room you were holed up in? Oh, come on, it can't be locked from the inside now. Well, for lack of better ideas, sure, let's go with your plan. I do not trust you.
Apparently, it's my turn to live up to my end of the bargain.
Whoever would have guessed? Wait. I'm still allowed to play? Well, I guess there's nothing else to do.
By the Maker, you've returned. Atreus, come quick! The fire burned the linking book you used. We had no way of following and thought.
You've returned. And where's Relishan? Did you bring back the book? All those people. Everything we worked so hard to restore.
Atreus.
Without that book, they're lost to us forever.
Yeah, obviously that's not the good end, although it, So, here's a thought. What if I just go to Tamana in front of your face?
What are you doing? Go back inside and drop the outer barrier. Do it. I swear you will drop this into oblivion.
Got your attention? This is probably just going to be the same bad ending.
By the Maker, you've returned. Atreus, come quick! The fire burnt the linking book you used. We had no way of following and thought.
You've returned. Where's Relishan? Did you bring
Yeah, okay, that's what I expected, but I thought there might at least be a variant. Checking whether we can still mess with these. It doesn't look like we can. What other actions do we even have available to us?
What? You don't think I'm serious about destroying relation? Drop the barrier, or I will drop this.
Okay, that was worthwhile. Anything we can do about this? We just don't have a lot of things we can interact with currently. Why can I even do that? Do we just go straight into an uninterruptible cutscene after this? Or do we have control? Oh no. Well, that's right, we still were able to act. So is relation actually still available, despite the fact that the... What exactly happened in that cutscene again?
Apparently, it's my turn to live up to my end of the bargain.
Tossed it up in that direction. Doesn't look like there's anything that could have caught it. What was this? Okay, I didn't. Guess that wasn't turning before. Just confirm how that worked before. Load this save. I want to check that. Okay, that deactivated all. Right, okay, that was how you activated all of this machinery. Okay, so. Did not remember that existed. you know that I can just turn this back again, right? Not sure that reaction makes any sense.
Oh, God. No. Please, don't do this to me. Not when my family could still be alive out there. You want the book? Here. I'll give you the book. Just... please. Please. Don't do this. Please. I can't do this again. Please don't leave me trapped here like this. I can't! No! 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 No!
See ya.
By the Maker, you've returned. Atreus, come quick! The fire burned the linking book you used. We had no way of following the hall.
You've returned. But where's Relishan? Did you bring back the book? Thank the Maker. It's fine. We're in your debt, my friend. If this book had been destroyed, everything we worked for, all the people of Relishan, would have been lost to us forever.
You must tell us everything.
And so, as I once again set my pen to the page, a heavy sorrow hangs over me. It's true that Relishan has been returned to us unharmed. That the age I wrote to provide a new beginning is secure. But I can't escape the facts of its return. Nothing I can do will change the past. The anguish of decisions that were made must be carried with me forever. But if I had been the one to face Savidro, if I had seen the life my sons destroyed so callously, would I have left him stranded without hope? Would I have sacrificed his dreams to claim my own?
Excuse me, you don't seem to have a long enough track for the credits. Obviously, I'm not going to leave it at that. That's it unnecessarily cruel. Going to finish letting the credits play out, and then we'll load and see if we can get an actual good ending. Going to automatically. There we are. Back to main menu. Okay, actually, what happens if we go to release? Oh, it's locked. Right, of course. Wait, would we be soft locked if I hadn't picked up Taman? No, I would just have to turn the system back on. So what if I did that, but then left? Come on, quickly. Obviously this leaves the Tamana linking book behind.
By the Maker, you've returned! Atris, come quick! The fire burned the linking book you used. We had no way of following and thought.
We've returned. Where's Relishan?
Yeah, that figures. However, if we do this, he gets everything he wants. We get Relishan. So I think the implication is that no, actually the age was broken and we fixed it by entering what is honestly the keywords into a combination lock, which I don't think is how writing ages or rewriting ages is meant to work, and that is in fact the shield, meaning that indeed he had not been able to get the shield down, despite having seen all of the keywords that were required. And this game's writing. Is there any more playing around we can do? Unless we can break the age again. Shame. Well, we can do this. Yeah, sorry about that. Oh well, can't be helped. I wonder if he'll even acknowledge that I did that. Or is the fixed age going to be parallel?
By the Maker, you've returned. Atreus, come quick! The fire burned the linking book you used. We had no way of following the...
You've returned. But where's Relishan? Did you bring back the book? Thank the Maker. It's fine. We're in your debt, my friend. If this book had been destroyed, everything we worked for, all the people of Relishan, would have been lost to us forever.
You must tell us everything.
At last I can rejoice, for Relishan has been returned to me unharmed. The age I hoped would provide a new beginning still lives on. I'm sure that no danger shall befall it. And as I sit here writing in this journal, I rejoice to know that Narayan too is safe. The secrets of its past have been unlocked, and old wrongs have finally been righted. I know now that we can't escape the past, nor can we rewrite it, hoping to lessen our pain. The best we can hope for is to continue to learn, to take from the past only that which is good, and move on. Perhaps in the process, we will build a brighter future.
I'm just turning the game down a bit, as I apparently can't skip the credits. Well, let me try again. Okay, I can skip the credits. Give me a second to put the volume back to normal. So I guess that was the shield, and this is not the shield, which would make a bit more sense. Let's check what the journal had to say about the shield. I mean, obviously you could ask, how did he get to Mana if that was the shield? But we don't know what's in the locked room. Yeah, okay, that must be the okay. That must be the shield we brought down by doing the second puzzle. Well, they're both shields. The outer shield. Actually set up like an airlock, for whatever reason. Okay. Obviously, the writing's bad. There are a lot of problems with the writing. Just want to point out some more ridiculous things, actually. Load this save. I had to point out one ridiculous things. Obviously, he was messing with all the puzzles. So one of the implications is that Saavedro broke this. But why? It would just have been It would either have been one extra step in the puzzle, pointed to this next reflector, or it would have gone straight here, and it would have been just two colors in the solution, and that means that he filled the rest of the reflectors. Both of these seem ridiculous to me. Ridiculous modifications. I'm going to be talking a bit about the individual puzzles as well. Most of the rest of Jananim was fine, quite good. First stage. Dana though, Dana really shows how badly you can get node navigation wrong. Idana didn't really have much in the way of puzzles, or at least nothing that you could reason about. There was no real way to know what anything would do. Even right up to the end, how would you know that you're making a cage that the bird is then going to carry to its nest? There's no way you'd know. You just have to look for new states, and the only parts you could reason about were where you need to get light, but at the same time you didn't really have a lot of options. So could have reasoned that you need to electrocute the pitcher plant. Type of carnivorous plant. From the workshop, but at the same time you just solve it by clicking on things, to be honest. Yeah, Idana, major navigation problems. Managed to do navigation much worse than the previous games, and much worse than many contemporary games. A materia. I did miss one of the hints. The hint that clearly showed was a 2-to-1 leverage, although it definitely does not look like 2-to-1 leverage. Pivot is moved much too far for that. I was being silly about not counting the bottom sphere, the entire base. Half the sphere was set as wood. However, it was somewhat unfair that you couldn't see the other half of the sphere you were trying to balance it against. The puzzle where you hop the sphere between the two wheels, yeah, it would have been fine if I'd got a proper look at it. I think it's a bit too hard to see the hills, the rails that puzzle ends with while you're actually interacting with it. Minor problem. Obviously, again, there was a navigation issue. Sure, I'm not the only one who missed that final control panel. That said, the third puzzle in the area had a bit too much in the way of red herrings. I'm not sure. I don't think there was any need for the control panel to have shapes rotate and all around it. It just unnecessary complication. I do, however, quite like. It's sort of like that the light that the only interaction with the lights is to show you that they disable the resonators. And the final puzzle in the area was pretty good. Yeah, that was probably my favourite age after and in Voltaic. The substation was I mean, I understand their intent now, but that was full of red herrings. You have to be much more careful. There was shouldn't have put the numbers on there for a start. That implies a sequence, and most people who play this game have played Riven should be able to read those numbers, or at least will recognise them as numbers. Not sure that it makes physical sense. Have I got to save? I think. No, okay, I guess I'll have to walk there. Right, turn on zip mode. I'm not crazy for thinking that the floor looked like a hint. Was it again? Okay. Second, I apparently need to look up my own solution to this. I think that's the combination I just tried. Never mind. The turbine was fine, of course. Oh right, yes. This is the only age where they require. So you might be doing this quite far into the game, and certainly I was. I was doing it very near the end of the game. This is the only age you have to drag a mechanism. That needs to be introduced early. Otherwise, people are just going to do what I did. They're going to click it and think it doesn't work. I'm going the wrong way to get to the substation. Huh? No. I was going the right way. Move a bit faster, please. Zip mode on, Weza. I've not solved this yet, then save my This was the puzzle that stumped me the longest, and I think that it's quite fair for not this, of course. This was easy. So I've got the numbers on here, which are unnecessary detail. Now, can you actually imagine what we're doing when we go in here? I guess we're looking at this lid, and there are tiny buttons just here and here. But does this actually make sense that we're looking at circuit that spans 1/5 of the entire inside of this substation? I don't think it does. Let me just take a look at this. Hold up, wrong way. This way. It looks like there's no gap between. We look at the, maybe there is. I mean, it's, not very convinced that this makes physical sense as looking at the inside of the station. And obviously, again, it's another combination lock. It doesn't actually act like a circuit. If it acted like a circuit, you wouldn't need to align every contact. And they're trying to get away with this by saying all of these were just puzzles derived by Atreus for his sons. By the way, that's exactly how to turn them into villains in the first place. Come to think of it, there was a problem with actually one of the mechanisms that was meant to be the elevator on Denalian. That was effectively a combination lock, although the parts were clearly meant to be related to the operation of the elevator and laws of its rotation. Changing them individually didn't actually do anything. Never break the elevator or cause it to misbehave in a way that in a different way, which isn't useful. And I think I'm crazy for equating these buttons in the 5 sets with the 5 sets of identically shaped 5 sets of 3 in this long suspicious corridor. Could have just these red herrings just could have been avoided. Rest of the age is fine, except for the part that you have to hold, except for having to hold mouse button for the first time in the entire game. Despite my criticisms, I did enjoy Myst III. I do not think that it is anywhere near as good as Ribbon. Might be better than the original Myst, I'm not sure. I'd have to revisit it. I do not plan on streaming either the original Myst or Ribbon because I'm going to remember too many solutions. It would not be interesting. Like I had something else to say. Oh, well, it can't be that important. The game's quite pretty as well, but I don't know. I think Ribbon might possibly better in that respect. Well. The panoramic view, the 360-degree panoramic view, didn't really lend anything to the game. In fact, it kind of worked against the node design because I don't want to swing the camera around much because of potential motion sickness issues. Sort of an unhappy medium between full node-based navigation and full 3D like real Myst. Oh, I should add that any complaints about technical issues, I've been playing full disclosure for Scum VM because that seemed more logical than trying to run a game of this vintage directly. It probably still works, but Scum VM is much less set up. Oh yeah, I think it's a bit ridiculous that with the navigation issues, we don't have a mouse pointer indicating that we can move somewhere. That would have helped a lot in Idana. Possibly would have helped Now Materia too. Oh, the final puzzle was, well, not the final puzzle. The keywords puzzle that was quite good. Although I'm not sure that it makes sense that protagonist noted the keywords in a way that showed the gaps. But maybe he knows more about writing ages than we do. He is, after all, friends with Atreus. Oh yes, I think that the volume settings are a bit unforgivable. The game's extremely loud in some uncontrollable ways. It doesn't even react to your master volume. That might be a Scum VM issue, I don't know. There were also some occasions when the camera jerked, locked, and then it jerked because I've been moving the mouse while it was locked. It's not great. Game was decently good despite the issues with it. I do not think that it's it's not one of my top graphical adventures. Anyway, that was Myst III. Probably the next casual playthrough is actually going to be Tunic. Will likely be this weekend. Either Saturday or Sunday after Windsor. Oh, and I have to say the notes, it's not perfect, but it worked quite well, and as a test, I don't quite think this is the ideal vector drawing. You can clearly make all kinds of notes in it. I haven't even used the normal list-based notes, or also got a mind map function, which I'm not sure I care for. That exists, and you can link between notes. I think I'll continue trying to use this program for future playthroughs of puzzle games, or anything else I need notes for, or to draw a map. I might be drawing a map in Tunic, I don't know. Maybe it's got a very good in-game map already.